comments as far as the ambience was concerned and the events of today, then I'll give my remarks. Thank you.
Allow me to take off my mask. Thank you. I think from the Domestic Investment Division of UIA, we are really excited about this engagement, and we look forward to this conversation continuing as we bounce back. I think the word bounce means that we continuously keep bouncing. I am sure basketballers know that. I just have about 4 things to say, but before I say that, I just want to challenge the mind of the team in this room that this country is currently under the NDP3 regime. I want to encourage everybody to read the NDP3. The focus is industrialization of Uganda, and we all know that industrialization of Uganda has a place for all of us. SMEs are the major drivers of that. The second thing I want to say is that as I listened to the very innovative ideas, a number of things came to my mind, and these are things that UIA can help one way or the other. Together, we can do it. The SME portal is going to be a must for you to, to get yourself profiled onto the portal, because that is the engine or the focus point from where we begin to identify you and single you out. Now let me go to the 4 things that I talked about. 1, I had the ladies speaking, I had the gentlemen speaking, and I really felt that there's the individual businesses, there are the individual entrepreneurs, but there is the need for you to pick up on what we do in terms of innovative cluster formation. And let me quickly give just 3 things about an innovative cluster. An innovative cluster is probably taking a cotton product. She looks at Simsim, she looks at shea butter, she's based in Kampala. Shea butter is at the northern part of Uganda and down to Sudan. That's where it's grown. How then can we effectively help her with that? And that's where we have the innovative cluster of shea butter growers, identify, and we create that platform for you to say, what exactly do you need? Do you need a cold press? Do you need the hard seeds? The second thing about innovative clusters is to help with policy. There was the discussion, how can we have a collective voice? Government is not going to pick one person and be able to create a policy. Government needs to hear the voice. So as UIA and the Team Uganda work towards an enabling environment, we can be able to pick that. For the women in the room, we have a program called Women in Business. It works with the Monitor publication. It works also with DFCU Bank, KPMG, and Uganda Investment Authority. Here we look at helping the woman rise. It's called Rising Woman. It has a component of business development skills to help you make your internal environment as competitive as that product that you want to put in the market that you consider competitive. The business development services is not limited to women, but that's a focused program. We have business development services. Now, very quickly, I heard my background is marketing and more focus in sales. I hear people talking about marketing. Marketing is not going to give you the return on the investment. Marketing is going to create the appetite. So as you think about marketing, also think about sales. And here I just want us to look at 2 things. Most SMEs are actually niche products. A niche product in most cases is more expensive than the mass product. If you read the book from Charles Handy, it talks about fleas and elephants. Most of us entrepreneurs are meeting a gap within that. The book talks about SMEs or startups as a flea coming to feed onto something, which means that market is already established. Last but not least, I call upon all of you to look at your internal competitiveness, because that's what's going to allow you to have the scalability. Scalability means that you have had that big product. Give my last comment on a practical situation that happened. How many of you know Lester's chilies? Lester got a contract. His chilies were perfect. The market liked it. Saudi Arabian company was in Uganda and wanted a huge order. But because he did not have that support of that innovative cluster that would allow him to scale up production, scale up, purchase of raw materials, the business could not go in that way. The oil and gas is here. The oil and gas is huge. You are registered on that platform. Start thinking scalability. I thank you.
Let us appreciate once again Madam Winnie Lawoko. And let us also appreciate my brother, the MC, who has done a very good job. But I would like to take this opportunity, first of all, to thank Innovation Village, Mr. Japheth Kasho, all of us. Let us applaud the effort that has been given into this establishment. And lastly, I would like to appreciate everyone that has been very patient and brave today's event, and I would like to ask that you clap for yourselves. Highlighted today were bottlenecks that I acknowledge, both from the input side, the production, and then the processing. We also acknowledge the work to be done around market access. There is no doubt whatsoever that for promotion of any kind of investment or business and trade, there is going to be need to actualize these efforts that we've had today. Specifically, I'm delighted the fact that I am in the middle of those innovators today that have exemplified themselves to be participators of the discipline in making sure that they reduce the gaps and reduce the limitation that can help us achieve what many have called financial deepening or inclusion. When you hear Sente, when you hear my good friend from Japan and the efforts around all of yourselves, it is to ensure that how do we access financial services, how do we become that kind of entity that is able to be attractive locally and globally. We do have at Uganda Investment Authority belief that when we mitigate risk for our business, mitigate risk for you in terms of being able to work together with you. Therefore, as an entity for government, we are very committed to doing the following. Number one, we want to make sure that you are licensed at the point of entry. The work that you've had, the little work that, for example, Simon was able to do and my good friend Wekesa was able to access, has come because the company was licensed at the right time. So I want to encourage everyone in this room on behalf of Uganda Investment Authority to embrace the investment license, go on to the portal and ensure that you are licensed. Once you've been licensed, we will be able to create together an environment of interaction. That interaction will help us do two things. Number one, we'll be your representatives in all the services that you've had today as far as the one-stop center is concerned, including taxes. We'll also be your agents for market access, and that is where you'll be able to reach us and we'll be able to reach you, to listen to you, and these are the interactions today that will encourage that kind of engagement. Lastly, it is the commitment on the linkages that my sister, Madam Winnie Lawoko, has talked about, to be able to work together and ensure that as value chains across all the sectors that we've mentioned today, including packaging, which is still a pain, we will be able to find the right financing packages, the right technical packages, and also the right partners that might not be good in investment, but also very committed as far as research and development is concerned. Ladies and gentlemen, today's event has highlighted the issues that very much are pertinent to any investor around the world. Agility to survive and thrive, the branding and the transparency of records that are necessary for any kind of business to penetrate any market, the collective bargaining and the scalability that is required to negotiate price, but also to present a highest volume of goods. And lastly, working together, making sure that you participate in forums like this and listen to one another and cooperate for the good of our country. It is going to make a difference when we consistently give this effort, consistently engage as individuals, and at last for the good of our country. I want to give thanks once again to the mobilization that has gone into this event. I want to thank Uganda Investment Authority, the team that has been behind today, Madam Faith of Communication, Madam Kara, and the team. I want to thank you, and on behalf of the Director General, Mr. Robert Mugisa, I want to bring this to a close and wish you good success in your businesses and future endeavors. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Director Peter. Before you leave, those our speakers today, could you please stand up there for a quick group photo? If you're a speaker today, if you sat in that chair, with your mask, please.
Let us do this quickly, please, in the interest of time, because there are many other things happening. The room is getting empty. Panelists, please.
Panelists and our directors from UIA, please. Those here present.
Are we going here?
Yeah, I think up there is better. For cameramen, there, that's good. Okay, super. Yeah, it's going to go to social media. Okay, thank you so much for your time. Guests may leave at leisure or get business cards where necessary. Thank you. Have a great afternoon.
Uganda Investment Authority is a government agency whose role is to promote, attract, and facilitate foreign and domestic investment in Uganda. The agency advises government on investment policy and advocates for a competitive business environment. Uganda Investment Authority operates a one-stop center, which is the first point of contact for potential investors. It was established to facilitate the setup of investment in Uganda. Through the one-stop center, investors have access to set up a business and acquire an investment license in less than 24 hours. With your investment license, you will have access to Uganda's attractive tax and non-tax incentives. Here are the available investment opportunities in Uganda.
Motive is a tribe of talented designers and creatives, and we come together to create together, to network together, and grow our businesses together. And we do that through a bunch of platforms. For example, we have Octave for the performing artists. Octave provides an opportunity for the performing artists to meet new markets, to perform, to practice their craft, but also to collaborate with other artists and performing artists within that atmosphere. But also on top of that, we have our People District, which is a collection of a multitude of designers and makers. We have people who are visual artists, such as the Vodo Art Society. They paint some epic things. They have put together some beautiful murals here at Motive and in other locations across the country. On top of that, we do not just provide opportunity for people to come together and build a community. We also provide opportunity for market access. We do that through our Omoleso.Africa platform. And on Omoleso.Africa, are you a product designer? Are you a fashion designer? Are you a photographer? This is your opportunity to bring together what it is that you're making and make it available for the market to purchase. And we do that both online and offline. But also we have our media district, and our media district caters for photographers, filmmakers, people for whom this is their livelihood. We avail some equipment for them to be able to produce some epic work that they would like to produce, but we also provide a space for them to produce their shows, both small scale and large scale. And we provide a community of talented people that they can tap into when they need to work on a project together. So again, we make it possible for people to collaborate courageously within our community. We are not just, connecting you to other creatives. We're not just making it possible for you to access tools. We're not just making it possible for you to access markets. We also provide training and skilling for you to be better at what you do. And we do that in two ways. One is the design to industry, and this specifically targets you getting better at your craft. Are you a woodworker? Do you want to understand how to design in that space? Are you a fashion designer? Do you want to be better at that? Our design to industry provides practical skills that make that possible. However, once you have learned these skills, our Creative Business Academy then enables you to understand how you can transform these skills into a business. And so you go through the various skilling sessions that our Creative Business Academy provides, and at the end of that journey, you are ready to launch out your company and make a living out of it in a well-structured and productive manner. So this is what we do at Motive, and we're excited for you guys to get to know us better.
Uganda Investment Authority is driving the country's industrialization agenda. Uganda is on the cusp of an industrial revolution and invites you to take part in this journey. With a goal to establish 25 industrial and business parks across the country, Uganda is set to overcome constraints to set up industries and barriers to firm entry into the African market. Spread across the country, these individual parks will play a critical role in transforming Uganda into a modern economy and have the capacity to enhance social participation, increase productivity, drive innovation, and encourage investment. Other public parks are planned for the 5 regions across the country. In addition to the public, industrial and business parks, the government also encourages the establishment of private industrial parks. Uganda welcomes you to invest in the various industrial opportunities existing in the industrial parks, as well as along the value food chain, like in agriculture, mineral